Cancelled.
Schweezy. So if you haven't watched this show, I'm telling you right now, like the television I watch, what counts as like me watching television these days. I would consider, what the current Marvel show, the current Star Wars show, they do that week by week. And then everything else is like Netflix drops an entire season of something. Hulu has kind of something I'm interested in, but I kind of want to just wait for it to completely go there, to just completely all of it drop at once, and then, just watch that. But the show I watched, and I have been watching this show for, this has been a couple weeks. I've been like saving this up for a couple weeks to watch. Just kind of waiting for the season 2 finale of it to talk about it. Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. I think it's only on Hulu. And I did a bad job at prepping for this podcast, and so the only prep I have is the Wikipedia bio. So then I'm just going to blabber on from there, which shouldn't be a problem. I'm pretty good at talking. People usually complain. Women in bed, friends when we play video games, band members. Anyways, though, so this is the Wikipedia bio of Only Murders in the Building. Only Murders in the Building is an American mystery comedy television series created by Steve Martin and John Hoffman. The 10-episode first season premiered on Hulu in August 2021. The plot follows 3 strangers played by Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. With a shared interest in a true crime podcast, the series has received critical acclaim for its comedic approach to crime fiction, as well as performances and chemistry among the lead performers. That's the show. So basically, to sum that up, basically 3 people who are into true crime podcasts. The first season starts off with someone in their building actually gets murdered. And you find out that was Mabel, Selena Gomez's friend from when she was a kid, but they weren't friends as adults. That was the person who died. And then, God, it's so good because I love murder documentaries. And I love mystery. I grew up on Harry Potter, so the whole mystery thing, I fucking love that shit, and I love trying to guess who I think did. You watch the show, and it's not always very evident. First season was 10 episodes. First episode you're gonna know the person who died, or the specific person who died. You're not gonna know who killed the person in the first episode. So you have to keep watching it and stuff like that. Because, let's think about Chamber of Secrets. I think that's probably Chamber of Secrets was probably my favorite in regards to the whole mystery aspect. Half-Blood Prince is pretty close too. Chamber of Secrets, who's opening the Chamber of Secrets? And then you learn Voldemort knew Parseltongue. Harry gets Parseltongue. Harry's like, am I the heir of Slytherin? But, who's opening the Chamber of Secrets? Because Harry's like, I'm not doing it. And so it's that's such a weird mystery. And if it was a week-by-week thing, there'd be so many people thinking Percy Weasley opened the Chamber of Secrets, if you thought about that in that way. So I love good mystery. And then the comedy in this show is so good because it's... Because I feel when it's a murder mystery kind of show, you have to do the comedy in a way that's not bad, and they do the comedy so well. Steve Martin and Martin Short, they've been basically they're a duo, right? They did. Were they the ones in? Okay, I don't think that's. I was gonna say they're Musketeers, but I feel like I'm wrong because it's not Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase. I know that's wrong, and I'm not gonna look it up because I know it's wrong. And if I'm right, people just enjoy. How awesome I am. Anyways, though, Martin, so they have good chemistry, and Selena Gomez, it's adding her to the mix. And if you don't know, I grew up, when I was a kid, me and Selena Gomez were the same age. So when she was on Wizards of Waverly Place, I was the same age she was when she was on Wizards of Waverly Place. That's how that works. But anyways, because she's a year older than me, I think. So stuff like that. But when she was on Wizards of Waverly Place, she was so fucking funny. She hilariously, her timing, her shit like that. Selena Gomez, her acting skills. And like, I always underestimate Selena Gomez because she did that, and then I think her other acting roles have been okay since then. But she did a lot of music, and when she like teamed up with Julia Michaels before she became her own artist, but she was writing with Selena Gomez, and like those songs were terrific. And then Selena's back to kind of how the snarkiness she had when she played Alex Russo on Wizards of Waverly Place in this show. And I absolutely just fucking love it. Just somewhat growing up with this shit, because I think Selena Gomez is great, and everything like that. So it's funny. It's nice because it's like two old guys and then like a millennial who's like, can you guys stop talking about like your knees getting replaced or whatever? And they're like, okay, we'll stop, and it's just like they're going on a riff, and then I feel like Selena Gomez is just so good at like also building off what they're doing. I just think it's good. It's that good. Steve Martin and Martin Short doing something together, and then Selena Gomez is so good at building off of that. So like that. First season is I binged. So I'll tell you this: I binged the first season, and then with the second season, I think like 4 episodes were out. So I binged those 4, and then I had to wait week to week, and then I can finally like talk about it. Now I can finally talk about it right now with you. The first season was Timcono was his name. It's like you learn this whole it's such a fucking crazy backstory. Where it's like when Mabel, not Selena Gomez's character, when she was like young, her, Timcono, and a couple other guys, they were like all friends. They loved doing like little mystery ship. I think they were big fans of like the Hardy Boys, which I don't know, may have been out of our generation, Selena, but maybe some kids were into it. I was more of a Boxcar Kids kind of guy. So she was into that, and they always did that. But then something happened where one of the girls died. I can't remember her name. She was just a thought. But they thought another one of the friends did it, yada yada yada, and stuff like that. So you figure out that shit, and then you realize that's a dead end. That's not why Timcono died. Then you eventually learn, and so okay, I want to start off with this because I guessed who it was very early on, and I'm so proud of myself for getting this. So the murderer tried to kill. What was it? It was fucking Martin Short's dog. Who did he play on the show? I can't remember. It was like Charles Savage, Mabel. Let me just Google it real quick on the iPad, on the good old iPad. He murders in the buildings. Gotta remember Martin Short's name. Oliver. So yeah, Oliver's dog was like poisoned, and there was like a note left under it. And I was like, okay, so whoever this murderer is likes to leave notes under the door. And then the actual murderer of the show, Holly from The Office. I'm sorry, I spoiled that for some of you. She left a note under Charles Hayden Savage's door, and at that moment when she left that note under his door, I'm like, it's fucking her. When she stabbed herself, that kind of threw me off. I was like, everything in my mind points to her, though. And obviously you have to have, if I'm not a real detective, I'm telling you that. I'm not a real detective. I'm just watching fucking TV. I was like, well, all my signs just point to her. I don't know why it's that. And then eventually it was her. It was Holly from The Office. She killed Timcono and stuff like that. It was just fucking good because Charles Hayden Savage, aka Steve Martin, was acting, and he got poisoned a little bit and stuff like that. It was a pretty thrilling finale. So stuff like that. So that was season 1, but season 1 ended with what the fuck was her name? Was it Dolly? It wasn't Dolly. Who the fuck? Bunny, not Dolly. Bunny. Bunny got murdered, and it was the way they filmed it, set it up. It made it look like Mabel killed her, but it wasn't Mabel, and that led into season 2. So yeah, I guess because I'm like, I know how TV works. So I'm like, if they're gonna be doing another season of this, I guess with this show, the end of the season, they're going to leave it on the cliffhanger of who is the murdered person for the next season. So it was Bunny this season, and stuff like that. And this one, I think the idea, because like you don't know, because you're trying to think of like who did it, and you can't really. It was pretty hard to follow for a little bit of it, because you're like, first of all, there was like an art painting, and someone put the painting in Charles Hayden Savage's. Why do I keep saying fucking Charles? Should I just say fucking Charles? Steve Martin's characters, like apartment and stuff like that. And then you learn that the guy in the photo is Charles's dad. And it's like a nude painting and shit like that. And it's like a very rare painting. And stuff like, there's this whole scene. And then Cara Delevingne shows up in this season. And she's super cringe, and like she's not good. She's like, can we stop casting her and things? She's hot, and I'll accept that. She's hot, and she'd be like, take back what you said about me not being good in this show, and I will have sex with you. And I'll be like, I'll do that, but I don't think she's gonna have sex with me. So we're gonna keep going forward with this because I can. So she was super weird in this season, and I don't know how much what I want to spoil with this season because I want everyone to watch it. The other season's been out for over a year. I'm like, fuck you. If you're like, can't believe you spoiled that for me. Fucking sit on your couch and watch TV. It's not that hard. No one is that busy. If you can't find time to sit down and watch TV, you don't know how to fucking time manage. You don't know time management at all. So shut the fuck up. When I was great. So yeah, Bunny died, and there were so many like dead ends. But then you get to this one point, and it finally starts making sense. Kind of once they figure out these holes in the walls and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna spoil that for you. I actually want to rewatch it this season, but like binge it instead of like waiting every week, because I'm not entirely sure that this show is actually good as a weekly show. I think this show may be better as like a binge show. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying like this needs to be a binge show, this needs to be a week by week show. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying stuff like that, but life happens, and you do what you do. But anyways, though, the very like final couple minutes of season 2 set up season 3, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's going to involve Paul Rudd, and pretty fucking happy about that, because I fucking love some Ant-Man shit. So don't be stingy.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
And go check out Only Murders in the Building, because it's fucking fantastic. I'm telling you, it's probably my favorite show that actually airs like a TV show right now. Not like, that's not a Marvel or Star Wars show and stuff like that, yeah. Okay. Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.